AverMedia recently sent me this little capture card. This is their Live Gamer Mini in the pink color. How many companies do a pink capture card? I am a casual gamer. I do stream games on occasion. I play games at home, and most of the games I play are on my Nintendo Switch. And I am going to hook up my Xbox 360 because those games are some of my favorite. And I figured it would be good to make a review about this little guy. I am new to AverMedia. Previously, my capture cards include the Camlink 4K and just a cheapy one that I got off of Amazon. So I'm really curious to see how this stacks up against those two. And in this video, I'm gonna cover what you get, how it looks, and the quality of the video. So let's get started. Okay, so I did mention that AverMedia did send this to me. I was not sent this for paid reasons. I actually won this in a giveaway, which, side note, friends, if you don't enter giveaways on Instagram, I will shout from the rooftops to enter giveaways on Instagram. I've gotten so many things from giveaways on Instagram, it's not even funny. They did not ask me to make this video. They did not even hint at me making a video at all. They just sent it right on over. So this video is completely unsolicited and something I'm doing of my own volition. In the box, you get your typical things. You get a manual, you get the actual capture card itself, and then you also get a USB to USB to a micro USB. So this capture card supports up to 1080p 60 frames per second, which is perfect for my gaming needs. If you need anything more than that, you're not gonna wanna get this bad boy. It comes in the black color, which is standard, and this pink color, which I haven't seen anywhere. So I don't know if this is a limited edition color or just a special color for the giveaway or what, but I'm all about making things pink and pink peripherals. The supported max resolutions that you get is 1080p, 1080i, 720p, 576p. Just 1080p is as high as it go. I don't think you need to go any lower than that. Okay, so things about this capture card worth noting is that it is tiny. It's pretty small. It fits here in the size of your hand, and it weighs only 75 grams, so it's perfect for traveling, whether you're going to a gaming convention or like a gaming competition. If you're traveling away for the weekend, whatever your case may be, you're gonna be staying at a friend's house, like this is really small, easy to pack. It's supposed to not have a complicated setup. It should really just be plug in your cords and your USB cable and just pass through your video. And it's supposed to work instantly with both Mac and Windows, so you shouldn't need to download any kind of software for that. It has smooth full HD performance, so you should have zero latency. You should be able to get that 1080p 60 frames per second gameplay like that. It has its own processor built in with H.264 encoding, so it's not going to slow down your computer to process that video, which actually is really important because with some of the cheaper capture cards, it is putting some of that power onto your computer and not in the actual device itself. So it helps free up some of your resources on your computer, so when you're trying to stream your gameplay, it's not going to also make your computer crawl. This should also be compatible with all of your major consoles: Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, Twitch, YouTube, all of the different streaming platforms. I use Ecamm, and I don't see any reason why this wouldn't work. It's simply just passing the video into your machine. So it should just work, and we're gonna see if it just works. All right, let's plug this in to the Nintendo Switch. All right, this is my Nintendo Switch. We're just gonna plug it into the dock. I keep my dock underneath my computer to free up space on my desk because I don't really need the dock on my desk. Using the Ozbot Tiny 2 Lite webcam. And we're gonna do a test stream to see how our video looks when we're playing with the Nintendo Switch. So let's bring in the Switch here. All right, so now we are here playing Luigi's Mansion 3 on the Nintendo Switch via Ecamm Live. If you need a little reference, this is me moving the controller here. I'm moving. I don't see any latency. It's responding very quickly. My video doesn't look delayed. What do we think, folks? I think this looks pretty good. I think this looks pretty daggone good. I can't do much in the game right now because it's making me go to the garage, but I don't really want to play this game right now. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So that's demo of the AverMedia pink capture card. Okay, so now what you see right here is me taking the AverMedia capture card, running this cable into my Sony a6400, which is shooting in 4K 24 frames per second. And then this is running into called another capture card, essentially, that converts the HDMI to USB-C and then pipes that into my Mac Mini. And this video is currently in 1440p, so it's not in 4K, but it's not in 1080. It's, you know, in between the two. And this is what that video quality looks like, which I feel like it looks pretty good. I think you don't always need to stream in 4K. You don't always need to shoot videos in 4K because those files are huge. Sometimes I think 2K is a good in between. I think taking the 4K footage and then dumbing it down to 1080p looks pretty daggone good. I don't know what you think. Okay, so let's talk about 3 things that work really well for this device. I love that their setup is super easy. There's no drivers. You don't have to have a super big chunky plug-in. That's like an issue that's an issue I have with other capture cards that I will not name, is that they actually end up taking up 2 USB spots. They don't just take up 1, they take up 2. So being able to only take up 1 spot in the size, and it's just being like plug and play and super easy, I don't have to download anything, is super great, especially on Mac, where a lot of software is oftentimes like not that user-friendly or compatible with Mac. So it's great for beginners who want to get started quickly and get streaming and playing games. I also like that it's smooth 1080p. There's no lag or anything like that. I also like that if I do have this plugged into my camera, and even though I am like in 4K quality, it's still passing through really nicely through the capture card. It can handle my gameplay footage on a portable monitor, or if I have it going into my streaming software, and it looks flawless. And then I love that there's hardware encoding, so it's not slowing down my computer trying to process that video. My computer doesn't have to work too hard, which it's already working hard trying to do some of the other stuff that I'm doing, so I love that it has hardware coding on the actual device itself. And this is super great if you're playing on your laptop or you're trying to be portable, to offload a lot of that processing power onto the actual device. 3 things that I think need improvement for this little gizmo is that there's no 4K output, which I know AverMedia does have other devices that do 4K output, but I'm just gonna throw that out there. It would be great if it had 4K output in this compact size, in this color. Another thing that's very obvious is the USB, micro USB and USB-A. Can we get USB-C with faster speeds, please? We're in 2025, AverMedia, please, thanks. And then, I don't know if I'd say this needs improvement per se, but there's no like audio mixing capability. So if you don't have streaming software, you're not comfortable figuring out audio mixing, or you don't have like an audio interface, it can be a little tricky to figure out how to get the audio from your device going into your capture card into your streams. Just in general, streaming can be a little tricky if you don't know inputs and outputs and what's labeled what. I also, on that note, would love to see when this is plugged into your computer, it to say AverMedia as the input device, because a lot of times it just says USB, USB device, USB audio. It gets super confusing if you have a lot of devices plugged in. So it would be great if this, when it's plugged in, says AverMedia Live Gamer MINI. That would be perfect. The other thing that I have not mentioned, so far I've had this plugged in for about 20 minutes, and I will say, y'all, it gets a little warm on the bottom. So with most of the capture cards that I have tried, they do get hot. So do keep that in mind, that like this thing does get a little warm. I've had it plugged in for what, 20 minutes maybe. I can't imagine how warm this thing will get with a long period of time using it. So make sure you put this somewhere where there's good ventilation, and you know, it's not going to be prone to getting too hot, like a really, really hot climate or anything like that. So, all right, so that's my quick review of the AverMedia Live Gamer MINI capture card. I love it so much. It's gonna be great for my setup. I love how small it is. I love how portable it is. I love that it's pink. We need more pink things, lavender things, mint colored things, just things that are not black and white, to add a little bit more oomph and personality to our gamer setups. And yeah, thank you so much to everyone over at the AverMedia team for letting me get this little guy. I love a good giveaway. And if you have not entered giveaways, y'all, I'm telling you, enter the giveaways. That's how you get so much really cool stuff. I will probably, you know, when the time comes to upgrade to a 4K capture device that's not the one that I currently have, which I'm not gonna like harp on too much, but it has its qualms. I will definitely consider AverMedia for the future because I love how easy it is. I love the color options and I love the quality that I get out of this thing. Thank you so much, AverMedia, again. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you found value in this video and it'll recommend it to other people. And if you want to check out any more videos from me, feel free to check out the video that's coming up next.